Welcome back to the Zelda The Complete Story series. We have a lot going on here right now, and this week we're going to be going to Herocon in North Carolina. If you're going to be going there, tweet Zonical and I and we can meet up. Anyway, due to us preparing, we haven't had much time to actually complete Zelda Part 5. But just like how we're answering more questions about Metal Gear Solid, we have a few questions about the Master Sword and its lineage. Don't worry though, next week we're going to get out Zelda Part 5 and Resident Evil The Complete Story Part 1. So let's not waste any more time, here we go. Starting as the Goddess Sword in the beginning of Skyward Sword, the spirit Fi is the representation of the sword. Throughout the adventure, Link must imbue the sword with 3 sacred flames. Doing so transforms the Goddess Sword into the Master Sword we all know and love. Upon defeating Demise by absorbing him into the sword was going to need time to dissolve his evil to make sure he couldn't come back. To meet this goal, Fi requests that Link place the Master Sword back in his pedestal. However, she explains, by doing so, her purpose will be fulfilled and she will enter into an eternal slumber. While this is sad for her, it will leave the sword for future generations. Her final wish is that someday they'll meet up again. Her wish does come true though, when a young Link finds the Master Sword residing in what becomes the Temple of Time. The Link of this day and age must prove his worth by collecting the 3 sacred items and bringing them to the Master Sword. Upon proving himself to the Spirit of the Sword, which we know is the sleeping and slumbering Fi, the sword decides that Link is too young to wield it, and seals him and Navi in a 70-year slumber. It is here, as the timeline gets broken, that the path of the sword gets confusing. In the failed timeline, where Link has pulled the sword and then died in his battle with Ganon, the sword's final resting place is in the Lost Woods. In A Link to the Past, it is surrounded by fake swords, so only the true hero will be able to find it. Once again though, the Link of this time period is required to prove his worth by collecting the Pendants of Virtue. In Oracle of Ages and Seasons, there are actually 3 ways to obtain the Master Sword. The only true way, though, remains true to its origins. Through a series of quests, you'll once again find yourself in the Lost Woods, and you'll pull the sword from its pedestal. In the Child timeline, where Link would have left the sword in the Temple of Time, it is once again found in the Temple of Time. But the temple itself has fallen apart at this point, and the area around it has become deeply wooded over. Link must once again use its strength for his quest, and upon finishing, he places the sword back in the pedestal for the eventual day that it's needed again. Lastly, in the adult timeline, where Link left the sword behind, the Master Sword became used presumably by the royal family for another purpose. Its time powers were used to keep Ganon and his army locked in time forever beneath the ocean. But once the Link of this age took the blade, he unknowingly released all of Ganon's powers. The Master Sword of this timeline, though, will be forever forgotten, as its final resting place is in Ganon's forehead, which turns him to stone. And that, my friends, is the history of the Master Sword itself. We do have a few extra notes for you though. First, the Master Sword itself seems to change size frequently. This is either due to the fact that it's a game and they need to work with the current size of the current Link, or perhaps it is the spirit of Fi changing the size so it can work with its new master. I prefer to think of it this way. Also, while the Goddess Sword and the Master Sword are one and the same, the Force Sword is a separate relic within the kingdom. Not much is known about the Force Sword. We do know, though, that it is the Picori Blade, and as once it's wielded by anyone, it breaks them into 4 separate beings. In the manga version, the 4 separate beings are actually 4 different versions of your personality. Fun little fact. Thank you for spending a little time on the side of our Zelda the Complete Story with us, and I hope this helped you understand the Master Sword itself throughout the timelines and Fi's role, even as a non-mentioned and silent spirit in the history of the sword. If you have any more Zelda questions, please don't hesitate to ask. And also, don't worry, the scripts for Zelda Part 5 and Resident Evil Part 1 are complete and will go out next week. We've just had a really busy week. Until we bring you another video on Saturday, hope to see you guys at Herocon, North Carolina. And don't forget to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and subscribe to our channel to see more videos like this.